Louisville golfer Justin Thomas got a hometown hero banner. The city paid tribute to the law enforcement officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty. And Mayor Greenberg was on hand for the unveiling of a healing garden near the place where 5 people lost their lives last April. All that and more on Louisville This Week. I'm John Ramsey, Director of City Partnerships. Mayor Craig Greenberg's weekly press conference took place at the Trager Microforest Project in downtown Louisville.
When we look around and see a lot of these surface lots and things like that, one of the first things people say is they want more trees, they want more greening.
And what we are going to do in this Trager Microforest project is to look at the effect of some very dense planting on a downtown environment. And the reason for doing that is that Louisville, like many other cities, have a problem with the heat island effect. And the heat island effect is that areas in the downtown heat up and they remain heated and cool very slowly. So that creates issues about the power consumption, comfort, and people who live around this area. And so we need to have ways to address that issue. So one of the ways to address that is by green infrastructure. So if you plant trees all over downtown, that would be helpful. But we are collectively working on this innovative idea that if we create these large forests or microforests in between downtown, that would have a much more substantial and significant effect in improving the environmental conditions around this area.
With this park and with some of the other initiatives that we're trying to do, we're trying to figure out how do we really make downtown a lush forest place that people want to come, and how do we do it so that it feels inclusive and it feels healthy and it's a place we all want to call our home.
Mayor Greenberg was joined by Rachel Hamilton, Director of Louisville Metro Air Pollution Control District, to proclaim May 6th through the 10th as Air Quality Awareness Week in Louisville.
The people of Louisville can easily access air quality information and health guidance 24/7. It takes a lot of work behind the scenes to make services like this possible, and I want to thank everyone across our city who is working to support the health of our city and our people, and present to Rachel and her team to officially proclaim May 6th through 10th as Air Quality Awareness Week. Thank you all so much for what you do, and congratulations.
I appreciate it. Our air quality has significantly improved over the past decades, and yet there are still times when poor air quality can impact our health. Hot, dry summer days, and even like last summer when we had those Canadian wildfires that blanketed much of the country. Thankfully, with just a few small steps, residents can know their air, protect their health, and even reduce their own impact on air quality.
An enslaved couple who lived in Louisville in the 1800s and moved to Toronto to become entrepreneurs are getting their story told in a new film.
To proclaim that April 30th, 2024 is Lucy and Thornton Day in honor of this great recognition for you all and for your contributions to filmmaking, storytelling, and everything that you are contributing to our community. Thank you all so much.
I just want to give a quick background about the story of Lucy and Thornton Blackburn. They were enslaved newlyweds that were able to flee Louisville and then went on to Indiana, Cincinnati, and then eventually settled briefly in Detroit, where eventually they were captured and arrested by Kentucky slave hunters. Ruthie, with the help of friends, was eventually able to escape to Canada, and she went on to change her name to Lucy to celebrate her freedom. The day before Thornton was set to be returned to Kentucky, black folks in the community of Detroit rose up in protest. And in the midst of that commotion, and with the help of community, Thornton was able to escape to Canada and reunite with his wife. And the commotion that turned into a 2-day rebellion was the first racial conflict of that kind in Detroit. This eventually gave way to the first riot commission that was formed in the U.S. And I know historians use the term riot, but I have a hard time using that term when the purpose of this action was to give this beautiful couple an opportunity to escape the horrors of slavery and to be free and to be in love and to thrive. The Kentucky legislature continued to fight for the extradition of Lucy and Thornton, but fortunately, Canada remained steadfast in their refusal to extradite fugitives until slavery ended in the United States in 1865.
This week's Louisvillian Doing Good is Nikita Tilford, founder and educator at the Red Print Nail Academy.
I'm proud to present with you today a proclamation as a distinguished citizen of our city for the impact and work you're making and the help that you're giving to others for their careers as well. Congratulations, Nikita.
Beyonce gave me the opportunity to go in a cohort where I was able to get a grant for my business and apply it to the school that is upcoming, which is the Red Print Nail Academy. I just want to say thank you to Mayor Greenberg for all the work that you're doing in the city. It's amazing, and I look forward to more.
Louisville native pro golfer Justin Thomas was honored with a Hometown Hero banner on the Watterson City Office Park building.
That's a big banner on the side of the wall, but I've brought a small piece of paper here as well to proclaim that we also are going to celebrate today, May 6, 2024, not as the Monday after Derby, but as Justin Thomas Hometown's Hero Day across the entire city of Louisville. Congratulations, Justin.
I'm speechless. I think my emotion can show it. I just thank the city of Louisville so much for making me feel like this. And, there's a reason when I tee off, I'm announced from Louisville, Kentucky, not Jupiter, Florida, not Goshen, Kentucky, but it's just really hard to pronounce for a lot of people apparently. So, there's so many people I want to thank and wish I could, but I just thank you.
The Women's Cup is returning to Lynn Family Stadium this summer.
Hello, everyone. My name is JP right now. I'm CEO of the Women's Cup, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the announcement of the 2024 Women's Cup and its return to Louisville, Kentucky. And this year, the Women's Cup has grown to the largest international women's club soccer tournament in the world. But today I'm happy to say that joining Racing Louisville in 2024 will be Italian champion Juventus and South American champion Palmeiras from Brazil. So Juventus from Italy and Palmeiras from Brazil will be joining Racing Louisville, and a fourth team we will name next week, which will be very, very impressive, in a 4-team tournament that will be played in August 9th and 13th of this summer.
But when JP first approached us, 3 or 4 years ago with the Women's Cup, we were already saying, we were going to bring soccer, Major League Soccer, big league soccer to Louisville. Let's let Louisville be the host city and be the home that hosts some of the greatest women's teams in the world.
We're very, very excited once again to be back in Louisville. This is the home of the Women's Cup. It'll be played here August 9th and 13th. We'll then move to Kansas City for the tournament there, 14th and 17th. I'd like to tell everybody that tickets are on sale as of right now at the womenscup.world and the Racing Louisville website. And we hope to see everybody this summer for some great, great women's soccer action. Thank you very much.
96 students in the Marion C. Moore High School Health Science Pathway received pins and white cords to show that the students are post-secondary ready.
We're here at the pinning ceremony at Marion C. Moore, where we're going to receive our pins for completing our NOCD exam and passing it.
The pinning ceremony provides us an opportunity with staff, the faculty here in the HSA department and Moore High School to recognize your accomplishments in the healthcare profession.
So what we're doing today is recognizing the students that have passed their NOCD Healthcare Core exam or their biotechnology exam.
Okay, this day means a lot to us because we've been working hard this year and throughout the years in the Health Science Academy. We're receiving our little pin for completing our NOCD exam. I think there was like 100 questions, so if we got like 70 correct, we passed it. And we're in the nursing program. We visit the nursing homes and we help the elderly.
Being in the healthcare pathway, it was giving the students the ability to learn about different careers within healthcare. And it's a representative of everything that they've learned in high school in the healthcare pathways. And it's showing that they did, in fact, learn material and are prepared to go on to continue their studies.
On your program, you will see many names with an asterisk. These students went above and beyond and scored high enough on their NOCTI assessment to earn 3 hours of portfolio college credit.
I am thrilled to see the results of the work that the teachers have poured into these students and the efforts that the students have put forth to be successful in their chosen career pathways.
I think it means a lot to us to be able to be a part of this pathway.
So they're getting a white cord to wear at graduation so they will stand out. And they're also getting a medical pin that represents their leap into the healthcare professions.
We are Marion C. Moore.
The Louisville and Jefferson County Fallen Officer Memorial Service was held to honor all the law enforcement officers who gave their lives in the line of duty.
What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars.
We gather here today for what I believe is the hardest part of our profession, honoring those who have gone before us by paying the ultimate sacrifice. Today we honor those brothers and sisters so that we never forget. Every time we don our uniform and badge, there's a chance that this is the last time we'll do it.
Those who haven't served in law enforcement, those who haven't been the families of those in law enforcement may not recognize the full weight of that small badge. Go to the threat, something that you do in some form or fashion every shift. And we don't call on law enforcement on a good day. We reach out to these men and women oftentimes the worst day of our lives. Just as these officers run towards the threat every day, we must come alongside these families. We must come alongside the officers that experience this every day, day in and day out. It's incumbent on each of us to provide for their physical and their mental health.
The 28th annual Kyle Petty Charity Ride Across America visited Louisville. Since its inception, the ride has raised more than $21 million for children's charities.
Hi, I'm Mick Sullivan from the Fraser History Museum, where the world meets Kentucky. And through our free Fraser Plus app, we're sharing stories of Kentucky with more people and in new ways. Enjoy this short video, and we hope to see you as we celebrate our 20th year in downtown Louisville. Enid Yandel is remembered as a world-class sculptor working at a time when that segment of the art world wasn't very open to women. Born in Louisville in 1869, Enid studied at the Art Academy of Cincinnati and soon became a member of the White Rabbits, a collective of women sculptors who were involved in the 1893 World Columbian Exposition in Chicago. Enid designed and carved the many caryatids lining the top of the Women's Building at the World's Fairground, and it is said that each of those figures featured the face of her friend, kindergarten advocate, and co-writer of Happy Birthday, Patty Hill. Also at that World's Fairground was her original 9-foot sculpture of Daniel Boone, for which she actually studied many of Boone's personal belongings. A bronze cast of that stands at the entrance to Louisville's Cherokee Park today. Another of her famous works was created for Nashville's 1897 World's Fair. She built a 40-foot sculpture, Pallas Athena, in pieces while working in Paris. Supposedly, before shipping it to America, she hosted a candlelit dinner party in the torso. The gigantic figure was not cast in bronze, and sadly,
it was destroyed by the elements within just a few years of its completion. Enid was the first woman to join the National Sculpture Society and is famous for her other Cherokee Park installation, Hogan's Fountain, as well as The Struggle of Life and Ninigret, both in Rhode Island. In her later years, she advocated for women's suffrage, worked tirelessly with the Red Cross during and after World War I, and led education efforts for new generations of artists at the Brandstock School, which she founded in Massachusetts.
The annual Cinco de Mayo celebration in downtown Louisville was held and paid tribute to the man who started the event, the late Ben Ruiz. The topic for this month's Louisville Forum was Louisville Fine Arts, and the guests were Kentucky Center for the Performing Arts President and CEO Kim Baker and Michelle Staggs, Executive Director of KMAC Museum.
We have more events in a year than there are days in a year, so I'm really happy to see that. Some of the events that we're having are doing incredibly well. Popular entertainment that you might not think of as arts necessarily, like comedy. It sounds like people really want to laugh, podcast. But I'm also very, very hopeful when I see all of the folks that are interested in participating and new faces and new types of art that's being presented and created.
What we focus on and specialize in is contextualizing Kentucky artists. So that means we may have an artist that has a large profile someplace internationally in the contemporary art world, and we'll have an exhibition of that work at the same time that we're featuring somebody from around this region.
You can watch the Louisville Forum on Metro TV each Wednesday at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Due to the shortage of bus drivers, JCPS is revising school start times and bus routes for the 2024-25 school year. It's an effort to mitigate some of the millions of minutes of instructional time that students are missing due to late buses.
Every school day, hundreds of Ramsey Middle School students arrive by bus well before Ramsey's 8:40 start time. Those students walk in the door, grab breakfast, socialize with their friends, and get to their first period class by 8:40. But that's not the case with more than 100 of their classmates.
It is 8:41 and we are still missing 3 buses at this point. It's about 150 students so far.
At 8:41, what time does school start?
It starts at 8:40 and we got 1 rolling in now, 2 more coming in soon. Usually they're all here by 9 o'clock if we're lucky.
Bus 1748 is one of those chronically late buses.
Good morning.
Joseph, Bella, and Emmanuel are 3 of the Ramsey students who ride Bus 1748.
I like to spend more time with my friends in the morning before school.
Do you get to do that?
No.
Because?
Because the bus is late.
With the late bus, like, it's setting us back with our time because we're getting here later than everyone else. So we don't really have time to, like, catch up.
Well, Ramsey, like any other school in JCPS, has been greatly affected by the transportation issues going on. We have between 2 and 3 buses that show up late every single day. When you think about that, it might not seem like a big deal, but they still have to come in, get breakfast, they have to go to the restroom, they have to go to their locker. The minutes add up. We have calculated 200,000 instructional minutes total that students have missed. And it's hard to see, to be honest. It's a burden on the school in the morning. All the other students are in class learning, and those students are just now getting to school at the end of first period. So it's difficult.
Every week we do something new, and I'm always late for that, so I'm always like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it really just affects my grades in class, like being behind and all, not knowing what we're doing most of the time, stuff like that.
Feel like you're ready to go, or you can be successful?
A little bit.
All right, let me know if you have any other questions.
When you're halfway through a lesson and the students need to come in late, and then you have to go back and basically reteach the first half of the lesson again, it can be stressful.
And while Joseph, Bella, and Emmanuel are among the bus riders arriving late each day, there are many more getting home very late.
After school is the most difficult. We have 16 buses here at Ramsey. 12 of them are late every single day, and they're not consistent. So with families trying to make appointments, sports schedules, anything after school, it's never consistent on which ones are late or when.
But it's those classroom minutes lost before school that's the biggest concern.
I know there's no ideal solution to this, and whatever you want to do with start times, we're fine with. The best thing is anything that we can do to get all the students here on time would be a game changer for us.
I mean, it really is affecting education. Like, it's affecting the kids. Like, it's not great. And it may just be 10 minutes, but overall, like, you're missing a lot of school.
A healing garden was unveiled outside the headquarters of the Louisville Ballet.
We welcome you to this very special occasion to dedicate a healing garden to our community, downtown neighbors, many of whom are with us today. As we gather here today, we are reminded of the restorative power of nature and the importance of creating spaces that nourish the mind, body, and spirit. This healing garden is a testament to the resilience of our community and the passion to continue to extend beautiful outdoor environments that improve our health. We hope this garden can serve as a respite for our entire community, especially the witnesses, families, and friends who are affected.
But I know that wherever any one of us is on that healing journey for whatever traumatic event we are recovering from, a quiet moment in a beautiful space like this John Karloftis designed healing garden can be an amazing help.
Gardens make people happy. I have gone through cancer twice the last 2 years, and that's what has healed me. Coming home every day and working in my own garden and on other people's gardens. It changes people. It elevates a town, a city, a building, there's nothing bad about a garden, you know what I mean? So hopefully in some way it'll have some healing aspect.
So thank you all for leading with love. Thank you for making this possible. Thank you for honoring such special people. This is going to be a place that draws everyone in, that it's an amazing front door to this facility. But reminds us that even in the toughest, most difficult, most tragic of circumstances, you still see these amazing acts of love and compassion. All right.
JCPS is on another trip to Puerto Rico to recruit teachers. A recruiting mission in 2017 resulted in 20 Puerto Rican teachers moving to Louisville and working with JCPS. With 300 open teaching positions, JCPS is hoping for similar results this year.
Who can tell me which animal we were not able to pet? Raise your hand. I'm Cheryl Amador. I am a kindergarten teacher at Goldsmith Elementary, and I came from Puerto Rico 7 years ago. Who remember what we planned? I was already, teaching in Puerto Rico for 11 years. So I just decided that I needed a change. When I got hired, I was told that you're hired and you have 2 weeks to be in Louisville, Kentucky, so you can go and get the new teacher training. And I was like, 2 weeks? But I have to say that it was the best decision ever. I made, Louisville, Kentucky, it's wonderful. JCPS is wonderful. So I don't regret the decision I made. My husband came without work, and now he works at Newcomer Academy. And he's also blessed, my daughters graduated here. We, as a family and as a teacher, I am very happy about it.
So the gala will also be like the grand opening of all the clubs across the district. My name is Omar Rodriguez and I'm at DuPont Manual High School. Right now I'm an academic instructional coach, basically providing coaching support to the teachers. And I honestly was not thinking about Kentucky at all, but then I saw JCPS promotion that they were recruiting in Puerto Rico, and I was like, Louisville, I have never been there. It was never even in my radar. So I was like, well, let's interview, why not? I went to the interview and I was quite surprised by the salary schedule that they offered, because it was very similar, if not higher, than the other districts that I interviewed with. But when you take into factor the cost of living in Louisville, it made all the difference. I got my first job at Newburgh Middle School as a U.S. history teacher. For me, that is very important that the recruitment efforts happen in Puerto Rico and across the nation and the states in order to get more teachers. And any Puerto Rican that decides to come to the district, we're gonna receive them with open arms into our Puerto Rican family, so that way they can join and be part of our culture and celebrate our things together.
This is a welcoming community, and their experience would be incredibly needed here. There's so many kids who I know who struggle in school because they only speak Spanish or are learning to speak English.
Ask and answer questions. There's wonderful educators in Puerto Rico, and I know that they can do a great job here in JCPS. This is a wonderful, wonderful place to live. It is a wonderful place to raise your kids. I know that they're going to come back with great news that we're having more Puerto Rican teachers here. Who? What other?
The city's YALL Youth Ambassador Program held orientation for 72 students selected to participate in the program.
I can meet you right here.
Thanks so much for being a part of this.
What's your first name? Jesse. And then you can have a seat anywhere right in there.
There are 33 schools represented here today.
The inaugural YALL class orientation. We're so excited to be doing this.
When we would attend city events, we didn't see many high schoolers, and we decided we wanted to change it. We set out to create a program where every high school could be included, and through the efforts of JCPS, Catholic and independent schools, we succeeded.
Ready? Let's go!
Your presence as an ambassador will make a difference.
To go outside and find the station that matches the dot on your name.
Yellow, green down here. So all the data that you see on the flyer.
Definitely going to participate in World of Banging. You can sign up via the QR code on the bottom there. And then we have 2 other ones.
Your perspectives, insight, and experiences will help shape events attended by thousands.
Red, orange, purple, blue upstairs.
We're excited to meet you and to work together and to move the city forward. I encourage you to take advantage of this.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Engage with your peers, the mayor's office, and community members. YALL is more than just having school representation. It's about fostering unity, unlocking talent, promoting collaboration, and empowering you. Your input is invaluable to us. Let's work together to shape the brighter future in our city that we all love.
Thank you for watching. Please share Metro TV with your friends and ask them to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or X, and download our Roku, Apple TV, or Amazon Fire TV apps. Have a wonderful week.